Catch us live Monday through Friday at 10 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, only here on INCRadio, the next level you. See you!
This is INCRadio, DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Buenas and half a day. Good morning, good evening from wherever you're joining us. Welcome to INCRadio Micronesia. I'm your host for tonight, Sister Marisol Soria, joining you from the local congregation of Upper Heights here on the beautiful island of Guam. I'm joined today by my lovely co-host.
Thank you, Sister Marisol. I am Sister Arlene Malikdom from the local congregation of Guam, also the producer here on INCRadio Micronesia. Yes, I am hosting also with Sister Marisol this evening, and so happy to be here because the topic this evening is so amazing. What is it, Sister Marisol?
Agreed. We are talking about bountiful things.
Absolutely. And what more to have a special guest with us. We haven't seen her for a while, but we want to go ahead and have her introduce herself. She is also here on the island of Guam, but from a different congregation. So let's go ahead and have her introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning from. My name is Sister Annette Galvez from the local congregation of Machanao here in the island of Guam, district of Micronesia. I'm a deaconess, a head secretary in our locale, and I was invited. I know it's been a while since I came, and I'm just very grateful. Since we're talking about gratitude today, really grateful that you guys didn't stop inviting me to show up because I really do enjoy these conversations. And the topic tonight is so apropos, considering that it's almost the end of the year. I'm also a school counselor of about 16 years in one of the public schools here on Guam. And I guess you're going to see that when you're going to see the impact of some of the answers to the questions that's going to be asked.
Thank you so much, Sister Annette, for joining us today. And just like you mentioned, today's topic is so timely. What better way to close out the year and prepare for next year than to reflect on all of the things we have to be grateful for? So let's go ahead and dive right in, right? So with 365 days in every year, there's a lot that can happen.
Absolutely.
Right? And whether it's big or small, I think it's important to be thankful for all of it. So let's go ahead and start from small and work our way up. Sister Annette, what's something in your everyday life that you're thankful for?
Well, when you talk about really small things, you're talking about, for me, in my case, I love being able to wake up to a clean house. Because I think that it resets like your mind to be able to have that after a chaotic day and then to wake up and get started on that very nice, clean note. I love my morning cup of Americano. I need that energy boost because my days are long. I'm a mom of two, so I start my day really early and I end it really late because I'm an officer in the church as well. And I love routines. I love morning routines because I know what to expect in a day. And really in the job that I have, there's a lot of what is my day going to look like? And there has to be a lot of flexibility when it comes to it, especially in the educational field, right? So to have that morning routine and to have to know what to expect, that really sets the nice tone to the start of a day.
Agree.
100% agree. I mean, you mentioning all of those answers, I'm like, goals.
Exactly. Coming from an older booklet member, right? Yes. And we're the young ones, right, at the moment. And I love the fact that you talked about routine, Sister Annette, because, I feel you. I understand, like, if you don't have a routine, like in the morning, I feel like it can be chaotic. Like, you don't know what to expect. Sometimes, like, when I leave for my work day, I have to make sure like, okay, for tomorrow, this is what I have. Or in my calendar, this is what I have as well. Because when I come the next morning or the next day, I'm like, okay, I know exactly how I'm gonna fight this day. Right? Go on with my day. So I love those little things, yes, routine, and I'm trying to keep on it, right? Because yeah, we are officers and we have hectic schedules. I know how it feels. How about you, Marisol?
I agree. I think that having a routine is something to be grateful for. I experienced not having a routine for years in a row working in the emergency room where you don't even sleep at the same time throughout every day of the week.
That's gonna be
And
hard
so
on me.
being grateful for stability of a schedule, it seems small, but I think it's really important. So what are your small things that you're grateful for, Sister Arlene?
For me, honestly, it would be having a working car. Honestly,
Yes, that's important.
having a working car. I think I was so I was really learning how to really take care of my car, like as I was adulting, right? From high school and then college, then adult, right? And I tend to forget some stuff. And of course, that's why I have my boyfriend then, and who's my husband now.
Aw, shout out to Brother Randy.
So I am also have that small gratitude that, someone is there to always remind me, hey, you need to look at this. And sometimes my dad does too, so which I really love. Like those things, like having a car, a working car, is one of my biggest, smallest thing that I'm most grateful for.
Yes.
Takes me everywhere I go and whatever I need to do.
And I don't know about you guys, but for me, I feel like my car is an extension of my room. I have like a backup outfit for every occasion in there. I usually have a pack of some sort of snack, whether it's like chips or crackers, for when I don't have time to go grab food during a busy day. Things like that. I have like my backup blanket if I need to take a power nap.
Wow, you really do have something.
That is my car is like a mini extension of my home. So I get what you mean, Sister Arlene.
Yeah, I agree. So now we're talking about what is the most greatest blessing you were able to receive this year?
Yes,
Now you're
so
talking about that.
from the small things all the way to the biggest things that we're grateful for this year. I guess maybe I'll kick us off on this on this question. But I think for me, what I'm most grateful for this year is my marriage. I celebrated my first year anniversary this year, and in as much as we were in our newlywed bliss, we definitely went through our fair share of trials. But I can confidently say that I love my husband even more than I did when I married him. I'm so grateful for him because I don't think this year would have been as good as it was if it wasn't for him. And he's helped me grow in a lot of ways that I couldn't grow on my own. Even though, he's been in my life for over 4 years prior to getting married. I think our marriage has been the greatest blessing of this year too.
Oh, that's so nice. I love that. I would say my greatest blessing is not just my husband, but actually witnessing that my dad turned 80 this year.
Yes.
So in a nutshell, he turned 80. Happy birthday, Dad. I will always say happy birthday to you because I never thought you would witness this day and age, right?
80 is a big milestone birthday.
80 is a big milestone. And I'm just so happy to witness that. And he was so happy and so surprised. Thank you for everyone who helped, right? But I think that's the most greatest blessing I can ever ask for is to actually witness that. Yes. And I love it. How about you, Sister Annette?
Well, speaking of dads, right? Because when speaking of dads, talking about the greatest blessings, early this year, we went through a test, right, in our family. When my dad was diagnosed, he was hospitalized for a condition. And we didn't know until he was there and he was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So it's been a long road to recovery, but thankfully God heard our prayers, and he never stopped really in all that. When people ask sometimes about where my convictions come from, you just have to look at my mom and dad and know that that's where it comes from, because they, as soon as my dad was able to, he started performing his duties again as a deacon. And he never stopped. Even immediately when he was hospitalized, the very first thing would in his mind would be, how am I going to perform for the Holy Supper? How am I going to perform for Thanksgiving? How am I going to attend the devotional, the vow prayers? So in essence, I really believe that if you really put your faith and your trust in what God can do for you, and you really don't stop, again, miracles will definitely happen. And he's been responding really well to treatment. So he's doing fantastic.
Wow,
that is so good.
He is.
That is such a great blessing for this year. And, I'm sorry to hear about the trial that your family had to face, but I'm so glad that through that, you guys were able to all the more feel God's love and guidance this year.
Yeah, my mom always says, God will never give you something that you can't handle. She always says to me, when I always go to her for anything, like any challenges that I'm going, whether internal or external challenges in life, she always says, God will never give you something that you can't handle. And so that's always been what motivates or compels them to certain actions. And that's what compels me to, when I find myself in a place where I'm just like, oh, I do it. It's like, yes, I can, because he believes in me, so I should believe in myself.
Wow. So well said.
So well said. Yes, I agree. And I truly agree about, yes, nothing you cannot handle, right? God won't give you anything you can't handle. And that's why you look so young, Sister Annette.
Thanks.
Well, we're glad to hear that your dad is doing so much better, Sister Annette. So with that being said, right, I'm sure there's so many good things to look forward to in the future in 2026.
Yes.
In the year that's to come. So what are you most looking forward to, Sister Annette?
Well, just recently, I just came for the first time, right? We typically, when we take family vacations, we typically go to Japan. And this time around, we wanted to try something different, and we went to Korea. And even though it's another Asian country, we were so amazed and we were so impressed by the culture and the diversity, but also the food itself. We're really foodies. We love to eat. It's such a great way to bond with others, right? Just it's like when you hear the line, I know it runs counter to our Christian beliefs, but it's food is life, right? Sometimes it's just like, that's so true. And it's so great. So I'm really looking forward to doing it again. I don't want it to be like the last time, but there are just so many things that have yet been discovered by us. And so I want to go back and continue to delve into the culture, the food, just the experience of really traveling, not just with family, but with friends as well. And really find a place where I can call that really self-care, because in my line of profession, self-care is big, and it's something that I always encourage others to do. Self-care, yeah.
Agree. I understand what you mean about travel, Sister Annette. I do want to travel more, but I'm also leaning on looking for a house.
Ooh, big thing to look forward to.
But of course, some debts still need to be paid so we can get and hop onto that.
There's a lot of steps to home buying, that's for sure.
Yeah, so hopefully next year we're praying that, things go well, and it's all in the plans of God if it's God's will, right?
Oh,
right.
So exciting. Yeah. I really love the things that you guys are excited for next year. I'm excited for you both. And also, I just want to chime in on our comment about food, because we're all foodies on the show today.
Agree.
Food is life for our physical strength, but then God's words are the food for our soul, right? So we're good. We have both kinds of food.
That's true. That is true. So how about you? What else are you looking forward to?
For next year, I am excited to be done with school. I know that.
That's true. Yeah, you are graduating soon.
Yes, I started INCRadio Micronesia the same month that I started school. So to our INCRadio listeners, you have heard me probably mention school, and you have joined me on the whole journey.
That's
Come
right.
May 2026, you will get to hear me talk about how I'm done. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to be able to finally use everything I've been learning about in the field of public health and help our community here in Micronesia.
Right. And it's such a great asset for you to be here, Sister Marisol, for the community service that you do too. She does a lot. I'm telling you, she does a lot. And I'm just wondering, how does she get all of that stuff done? And still go to school. You do a lot, Sister Marisol.
Yes, so I'm excited about that. So lots to celebrate, right? So we have so many things that we are looking forward to for next year. So many ways to reflect on how God is going to be in our life, even in the year to come. So with that being said, we want to talk about why is it so important to have gratitude in our life. So you want to start us off, Sister Arlene?
Oh yes, I agree that it's very important, of course, to understand why we're grateful for all the small things, all the big things. But you know, when we live in this chaotic world, it's so fast, it's so everything's everywhere, and information goes crazy, and we just don't have that time, or sometimes we don't have that time to stop and breathe and inhale everything and say, I'm really grateful for all these things. And understanding that will make you go more forward in life, more forward in a day, or in the week, especially if you're struggling, right? But if you just stop and just think about, like, why is life so good for me, then I think we'll be okay.
I 100% agree. I feel like gratitude is an essential tool to be able to be present and to prevent things like burnout, right?
Right.
I think for me, the way that I like to look at gratitude is that it's the way that I can see love demonstrated in my life, whether that's the way that I feel loved by the people around me, like family and friends, being thankful for like the conversation that we get to have as sisters in the church, as brethren, the conversation that I have with family, no matter how far they are, right? All of those things. And then most especially being able to feel the way that God's love is in our life too. I think gratitude is how we reflect on those on that as well. And you know, if you don't think about the things that you're grateful for, you tend to take God's blessings for granted, and then you end up just focusing on all the things that stress you out.
Oh yes,
right?
I agree.
So I think we're going to end our discussion for tonight by hearing from our awesome guest for today's show. Why is gratitude important in your life, Sister Annette?
You know, as a counselor, and this is where my job is so important, because I talk to my students a lot about mindset and how mindset is so important. When you have gratitude, it really creates a shift in your mindset. So looking again at the glass half full rather than half empty, that's where gratitude comes in. It compels you to really focus instead on the things that are going well in your life rather than the things that are not going well in your life. And eventually that's going to lead to a lot of really positive energy that's going to come out. And it's not just going to affect you internally. When you're grateful, when you do things with gratitude, when you remember all the blessings that you have, that's going to come out and manifest itself in the way that you treat others and support others as well. So then in essence, you create really meaningful connections and relationships, not just with people, but, you know, especially with, like you said, our Almighty Father in heaven. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sister Annette. What a way to end our discussion. We hope that all of our listeners that are joining us tonight were able to enjoy our discussion, and this helps you reflect and end the year on a wonderful, grateful note.
Yes.
So with that, we're going to toss over to Sister Bam on the island of Saipan for our YouTube greeting.
Hello everyone. My name is Sister Bam from Locale Saipan, and thank you for everyone for watching our broadcast and commenting. We truly appreciate all of your support for INC Radio, and we hope to see you again in our next broadcast.
Yes, we would like to invite everyone to next week's broadcast. That's going to be Friday, December 26, 2025 at 9:30 p.m. Chamorro Standard Time. And next week's show is entitled Recap of Micronesia's Activities of the Year.
Oh, I wonder what's going to be happening.
Yes. And we'll toss back to Sister Bam to thank everyone who helps us with our show.
We would like to thank our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Aradio Manalo.
And on the home front, we'd like to thank our District Minister, Brother Joven Sofilio Jr., as well as our Assistant District Minister, Brother Julius Malabanan. We'd also like to thank our CFO Overseer, Brother Roger Manzanilla Jr., and our DMA Advisor, Brother Roger Villegas Jr. We can't forget to thank all of our crew members, both on the island of Saipan and here on the island of Guam, as well as our station manager, Brother Wally Taray, and our executive producer, Brother Emmanuel Andaya.
And that's a wrap. Thank you for tuning into INC Radio Micronesia. I want to say good night and have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.